Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Faris bin Saleh and my metric number is 03DKA21F1108. So for today, I will talk about our mini project topic that is cigarette. So for the introduction, cigarette is a narrow cylinder contain a combustible material, usually tobacco, that is rolled into thin paper for smoking. This cigarette can be ignited at the end and it can cause smoke. Cigarette commonly used to release stress. Usually cigarette come in smaller size, use of processed leaf and paper wrapping, which is typically white.
Hi madam, my name is Harith Hakimi bin Abidin. My metric number 03DKA F1027. Today I would like to talk about the male and female smoking rate in Malaysia. For the first graph, the male smoking rate in Malaysia saw no significant change in 2020 in comparison to the previous year 2019 and remained at around 43.8%. But still, the rate reached its lowest value of the observation period in 2020. In 2020, we can see that the graph shows the lowest percentage of adults male smoking rate. This might be due to COVID-19 pandemic that happened in Malaysia and around the globe. For the female graph, the female smoking rate in Malaysia decreased to 1.1% since the previous year. In 2020, the rate thereby reached its lowest value in recent years. Notably, the rate is continuously decreasing over the last year. In early 2000, the graph showed that the highest percentage of adult female smoking. This might be because lack of initial exposure and subsequent effect of smoking. Lastly, for the death rate of smoking on current consumption pattern, about 400 million adults worldwide will be killed by smoking between 2010 and 2015. Most of these deaths will occur among smokers currently alive. Here we argue that widespread use of a few powerful interventions comprising higher tobacco price, information and regulation could prevent several tens of millions of premature deaths over the next few decades. We first present the epidemiology of smoking-related disease, focusing on the harm to smokers themselves, but do not focus on the effect of smoking on others, or in the case for maternal health, the impact relevance of the long delay between smoking onset and premature mortality to our understanding of future tobacco-related disease risks, and describe the benefit of cessation. We also outline the economic rationale for intervention in the tobacco market and discuss the effectiveness of intervention to rapidly raise cessation rates in low and middle income countries. That's all for me. Thank you.
So from this line graph, we can see that female smoker increased by year and that rate also increased. As we can see from the graph, in 1910 there are small amount of female smoker than male smoker, but we can see a higher increase in 1916, and we can see the death rate of the female smoker become more higher in the 1970, 18 and 90. So we can conclude that the female smoker from 1910, 20, 30 and 40 have died in the 2000. As you can see in the pie chart, this pie chart showed the illness from smoking that can be if you smoke for too long. The first one in the pie chart is the lung cancer. If you smoke for too long, your lung can be broke and cannot be used. In the second, we have lung disease. This can also affect your life. And the third one, we have coronary heart disease that can make your heart be in pain. And we have other cancers such as mouth, nose. Smoking also can make you to become stroke. And there are other diseases that can be to your body because one cigarette contains many harmful chemicals to our body.
Assalamualaikum and hello madam. My name is Muhammad Syafiq Daniel bin Amir and my metric number is 03DKA21F1072. Today I will present about cigarette. My title for this presentation, so for my part is smoking factor. Okay, smoking factor. Okay, this graph is graph bar column, and this graph show about factor that cause in smoking. Okay, so the first is peer influence, which is 35% of among teenagers involved with smoking. Peer influence is when you choose to do something you would not otherwise do because you want to feel accepted and valued by your friends. It is not just or always about doing something against your will. You might hear the term peer pressure used a lot, but peer influence is a better way to describe how teenagers' behavior is shaped by wanting to feel they belong to a group of friends or peers. The next factor that cause smoking is stress. So you can see the graph, percentage of stress which is 20% among teenagers. Okay. Stress. Some people turn to smoking as a way to cope with stress or anxiety. Nicotine can provide a temporary feeling of relaxation and can be seen as coping mechanism. So you can see some people when he got stressed or doing a homework or work, they go to take a time to smoking. The third factor is depression. The percentage of teenagers who depression, which is 15%, and they involved with smoking. Most smokers say they want to stop, but some continue because smoking seems to relieve stress, anxiety and this depression. It's a common belief that smoking helps you relax, but smoking actually increase the anxiety and tension. Smokers are also more likely than non-smokers to develop depression over time. So the last factor that cause smoking among teenagers is feel like trying. The factor feel like trying, which is the percentage is 25%. So we can see many teenagers feel like to trying something new, and they look a friend or another people who smoke, so they want to try. This graph is show about smokers among teenagers. So we can see we have the percentage of age who smoke when they school. So we can see the graph show the percentage of age when all 13 until 15 is 30% who involved with smoke. So we can see many teenagers start smoke when they high school. So the second column bar show the 16 until 18 years old, which is 50% percentage of teenagers smoke. So we can conclude the teenagers many involved with smoke when enter the 16 years old until 18 years old. This graph is show cigarette vs vape. So we know the vape is cigarette which is non-tobacco but has nicotine in liquid. This graph show how type of smoker among teenagers who smoke cigarette or vape. So we can see the first bar column, which is cigarette, is 50%, and the second column bar is vape, is 35%, and both of them, the third and the last bar column, both of type is cigarette and vape is 40%. So we can see more teenagers start when he start smoke the cigarette and they involved with vape. So mostly teenagers who not smoke cigarette, they like to vaping or vape because the vape is fragrance and many flavor can feel inside them. As we know, when the smokers who smoke cigarette, when they lost or cannot buy cigarette, they vape for release the habit or addict for smoking. Thank you.
So for the conclusion for our mini project is smoking should be totally banned in campus and college because of its several health risks to both smoker and non-smoker. The health risks are much more to non-smoker because they may double up, especially to those who already suffer from the other ailments such as heart and lung problem. In addition, a very short exposure by a non-smoker to second-hand smoker may have abrupt several effects on her cardiovascular system, to exactly to risk for lung and heart infection. That is for me. Thank you.